We're live.
Live.
Took us a second, but we got there in the end.
Oh,
Right. How is everyone?
Oh, that's warm in this Bristol, I'll tell you.
Don't forget to press go live. Everyone was eager to see the famous Arnold.
Oh, I'm not famous, mate.
I am pretty sure you're famous within the fish community.
Oh dear, that is so warm tonight. Oh,
It's
oh
very humid, isn't it?
yeah.
It's not as warm as it has been, but yeah, nice to see Johnny. Nice to see Craig. Nice to see Cred Boy. Nice to see Aquarium Delirium. I forgot your name. I'm so sorry.
Wow.
You sorry?
Aquarium Delirium is normal.
Oh, okay. Nice to see you, Craig. So yeah, let's get some music going in the background. No, find the right music. There you go. Rightio. So I prepared some topics for tonight, but I'll if you've got anything to say, Arnold, anything that you've been up to recently.
Maintenance, that's about it.
Maintenance,
Well,
yeah. Just to let you know, Arnold, you are cutting out a little bit whilst you're talking.
Now, here we find something. You carry on.
Oh, what is this? Interesting. Bubbles. We got bubbles. No. Well, anyways, we'll get on to topics. Well, I'll go on to something first before the topics anyway. It's been a bit chaotic. Lovely tank in the background. Yeah, it's been a bit chaotic. I've had to set up very quickly. There was some issues with my filter, and then I've also had to clean around the house as well. Because I made a mess whilst cleaning the filter. But we got there in the end anyway. All the way from Bangladesh. Oh, wow. Nice to see you in here, MS, as well, because you're not usually in the lives too often, are you? It's usually your bedtime or quite late for you.
I reckon he's watching the Tottenham game.
I think it's the only time that you'll ever support Tottenham, eh?
Yep.
But yeah, I don't know what happened with us yesterday. I'm just going to ignore whatever happened yesterday. But we'll
does that sound any better now?
What?
I said, does it sound any better now?
No, but I mean, we're getting a new manager now. I think, you know, the team stopped playing for Klopp once he announced he was leaving, in my opinion. Like, we won that trophy and then they just decided to stop.
Yeah.
So, yeah, one of them. And I think we overachieved the season anyway. I was very surprised that we won something. I thought we'd get top 4 and then that'd be it. So, but all the media was given the pressure, the fact that we thought that we were gonna, you know, go for titles and all that. And I started believing it, to be fair, because we looked unbeatable for a moment and then just all fell apart. But we'll get on to some topics anyway. So then, how have you been anyway, Arnold? It's been a hot minute since I've actually spoke to you face to face.
Yeah, just busy, and fishing is normal, you know how it is. I've done, water changes today.
Oh, okay. So you cracked on with a lot of... How many tanks again, sorry?
I've done 6 today.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, that's enough.
Right, so I'll get on to topic number 1. I'll type that in. As you can tell, I'm still figuring out StreamYard. I was trying to get some better background music for this, but I couldn't download any without it being copyrighted because I was testing that on the channel by myself. Because I'd put a live up, but I'd turn it off so nobody'd be able to catch it, and then I'd upload it and it'd get copyrighted.
Okay.
Right, so I am going to add that. There you go. I think that should be the one. Right, so think. Right, there you go. So that is our topic. Well, let's talk about beginner aquarium fish. So what do you think is like the staple for like an aquarium fish?
Mollies.
Mollies?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you mean that in terms of like breeding, or do you mean that in terms of
I just think they're an all-round beginner fish. I mean, people like that, but I think you'd find them difficult to keep alive because obviously you need a well-established tank for guppies.
yeah.
White minnow. That's a good show.
Yeah, I'd say so. Obviously, I just double checking. There you go. Right. Yeah, I think in my opinion, like mollies are like quite a hardy fish. Platies, mollies, them kind of like live bearers, they're quite easy to look after, care after. Sorry, there's a group chat of individuals in here that are messing around, and I need to mute my notifications because like they're putting some funny stuff in there. You're getting blank now, guys. Harry, Johnny, the Blackpool fish chat. Right, so yeah, as I said, I think mollies, platies, the one of them kind of fish that, you know, you go and pet at home and they'll sell it to you for that reason. Obviously, you don't want to go pet at home as a place, but a lot of people do go there as beginners, and they are greeted with these kind of fish as like easy. Guppies, as Johnny said, finicky. I think like a long time ago, they were the hardy fish, they were the molly, they were the platy. They were the type of fish that you could throw in anything and they'll survive. Nowadays, they're quite a delicate fish in my opinion, and they're easy to breed, but like I find that like the genetics aren't so good, and like unless you're getting a certain strain of guppy, they're not the best type of fish to begin with.
They've been overbred majorly. That is the only problem.
Yeah, I think like if I had a friend of mine, if someone who Johnny or whoever's modding at the minute, I know you're on the live with me, so I'll let you relax for tonight, Arnold. But I done a nano tank setup, and that was for my friend Nathan, and basically he had I didn't get to record it, I'll be honest. I think I regret not recording that. He had this cylinder tank, and he had like 3 mollies in there, and there was no filter, there was an air stone, and it was just swimming in fish food. It was like one of the worst tanks I've seen, and I was like, oh my god, what is this? I was like mortified, but in the mixture of all this like slime and fish poo and whatever was 3 mollies that were perfectly healthy. And it was, I was mind blown, because I said if you were to put like, you know, a tetra in there, it'd die in a day or two. So it was one of them that was you know, it was a bit horrific to see the fish in them conditions, but they were quite a hardy fish. Any more beginner fish? So we'll start from like, say, obviously everyone's got their opinions on like what fish to begin with, and let's do like a breakdown. Say you're setting up a 60, say like a fluval flexor 57, so 57 60 litre tank. What would your top dwelling fish be, your middle dwelling fish, and your bottom dwelling fish?
Right, so bottom, I would go for probably peppered cories.
Peppered cories.
Yeah.
You think that's a
Um,
good one? I'll
yeah.
let you do like what you think, and then I'll say what I think.
So mid water, I'll go for metallic gold bars,
Nice choice.
and then top. Um, that's a tough one. Top, top. Anyway.
It's like a mid to top in it. So
Yeah.
if you're not going for like a top dwelling or like
No.
centerpiece fish, then
Centerpiece.
like a dwarf cichlid or a gourami or something.
Yeah, it'd probably have to be like dwarf gourami.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I wouldn't. Yeah, for me, dwarf dwarf cichlids, I wouldn't put them as beginner fish. To be fair.
you wouldn't say so. I think like we had this conversation in it about like dwarf cichlids. I think that a lot of beginners, they end up being one of them fish that get neglected or abused quite easily because you'll go into pet and they'll sell you German blue ram and they'll say, oh, it's perfect in like a community tank, but they need like a lot warmer temperatures and specific foods and stuff like that. So I think for myself, I'll go with bottom dwelling fish would be albino cories or bronze cory. They're both the same, just one's an albino variant. Mid, like schooling fish, like mid-level fish, I'd probably say, hmm, ooh,
Tough one, isn't it?
it is a tough one because like so many fish have like come to my head now. I think I'll say Harlequin rasbora,
Yeah, it's a good one.
and then for a centerpiece fish, because a Harlequin's like mid to top, I'll say honey gourami.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's like a good little breeze over beginner fish,
Hmm.
like kind of fish that you can start with in like a community setup. Obviously you've got to do your research and requirements, but the fish that I've just listed off there are all like compatible in the same kind of temperature range, parameters and stuff like that. I think so. I'll cross that off now. We've got beginner fish sorted, so we'll go on to our next topic, and I'll type that out now. If you want to answer any questions in the chat whilst I'm doing that, go ahead.
Yeah. Let's have a look. Right, so I think Craig has got a question. What is a good catfish for a cold water tank, and what are web loaches like? Web loaches, they're alright, but you just need to, depends on the size of the tank. There's they grow reasonably big. But yeah, you can have them in. I think it's probably what 60 liters upwards. Yeah. But yeah, try a Weberlo tape for sure. That's, um, I think that's another cold water species. Um,
Oh, nice to see Jeff in here.
oh,
Nice to see Gordon here as well.
hi, Gord. Hi, Jeff.
You missed the chaotic beginning, but we got there in the end.
Yeah, I mean, it depends. If you're still gonna have a heater in there, like 22, 23, you could have a bristlenose black in there.
Yeah, I think Hill Street. That's catfish. I mean, a hill stream loach should be all right. I just wouldn't recommend them with a goldfish.
No, definitely not.
Cold water setup, I think a lot of people go for goldfish. I know that you sent me a tank with goldfish earlier, Craig, but I think, in an easy beginner setup, you probably want like white cloud minnows, hill stream loach, um, you know, Corys or something that can like stay in a colder temperature, something like that. It's a lot easier to maintain, a lot less hassle to deal with. It's a lot easier to deal with as goldfish poop so much and you're having to do so much maintenance. And I think like they need a lot more space too, in my opinion, anyway. But if it works for you, it works for you. But that's my take on things anyway. So we'll start with our next one, should I say? Next topic would be easy
Yeah,
beginner plants. So let's crack on to our thoughts on easy beginner plants.
you go first this time.
Duckweed.
Yeah,
I think everyone in the chat would say it is an easy beginner plant because you can put it in a cup and it'll survive, but it can also be uh, the worst thing in the world for some fish keepers because you can't get rid of it.
I can't stand the stuff. Oh,
I don't mind it. It's just do be warned that it burn it. It will be a nightmare to get rid of. If you have got a dry little crumpled piece in the corner you think you've got rid of and it's on your net and then you dip it in your tank with your net and net something out, it will be back. It will return. It doesn't matter. I remember I got when I first got into the hobby and I bought some duckweed because people were saying, "Oh, what's a good floating plant?" And I went duckweed, so I bought it off eBay. It come in a packet. It was dried. I was like, "Huh?" So I threw it in a tank. Day later, took over the top. Just boom. It is the hardest, easy beginner plant, but a lot of people in fish keeping are not a fan of duckweed. But I'll say that's one of my plants. But I'll let you go next, Arnold.
water lettuce.
Yeah, water lettuce. I think is an easy one. Obviously, it doesn't like flow, but it's quite a nice one. I've got one. We'll start from top to bottom. So like we'll start from like floating plants, epiphytes, stem plants, and then crypts and stuff like that. So I think, have you ever heard of water chestnut?
Nope.
It is like this. If you search it up, it's like this red, like root. It's like a red rooted large like floating plant, and like it's this one piece, but it can take over the top.
Oh
And
no.
it's called water chestnut because it forms little chestnuts and like they fall into the aquarium and then like they'll open up and then make other ones. It's like a very odd plant. It's not so popular in the hobby. But when I had it, because it's one of them that's only found in nature, it isn't like kept in the hobby. It's like I was growing it on the top, and I kept seeing these little dots on the top of it. And I looked, and it was like these little mites. So every now and again, I'd like give it a little dunk under the water, and the fish would just start eating the little insects off the top of it. It was like a very cool, like it just develop its own insects for the tank. So they were getting some live food consistently. So they were the best kept licorice gourami I've ever had.
Yeah. Nice.
Duckweed is a pain when catching fish to bag up. People don't want it, but it doesn't bother me. If I did it, I'd hang up.
Yeah, you got loads. You got loads, Jeff, haven't
Where did my wench go? I don't know if he's
you?
caught someone a wench or he's got a wench, but
Oh, I think he's saying where is his moderator wrench?
ah, okay. So I'll let you say your next one.
Ooh. It's got to be Anubius, isn't it?
The epiphytes, yeah, I'd say Anubius. Anubius it's quite a sturdy one too. It is prone to getting like blackbeard algae and like tough algae on it sometimes under bright light. So it does prefer like a lower light, but even if it does get the algae on, it'll still grow. It's just obviously not, nice to look at. But it's a easy plant. It feeds from the water column as well with its roots. It likes shade. It doesn't prefer a lot of bright light on top of it. So keep it in like a shaded area, or make sure that you do some liquid carbon to try and fight off any algae that will kill the plant.
That is all Anubius.
You can direct it at the tank if you want. Let people
I
have a look.
don't want to mess up the setup.
Okay.
We've got everything perfect. But yeah, literally that is coming out at the top. I open that lid and go bing. Yeah, that's mad. It's mental. Yeah, it's
Okay.
mental.
I'll go on to the next epiphyte then. So I think I love Bucephalandra. It isn't an easy beginner plant though, so we can't say that.
I was about to say your boy go for Bucephalandra.
I mean, it's an epiphyte, but like again, it's a lot less hardy than Anubius. I think I'd say the next one. I'd say Java Fern.
Yeah.
Java Fern's again, it's one of them. You've just got to be careful with the algae. A lot of epiphytes, you've got to be careful with the algae. You've got to make sure that they're not under super bright light, but they're really good beginner plant. They get a lot of roots that going into the tank, and they absorb a lot of excess nutrients, and they make new ones of themselves as well. So a bit like the Anubius has like this one stem that the leaves come off, and then if you chop it in half you can make more and propagate it around the tank. But with a Java fern, it sends little baby leaves off the main leaves. Nice to see Chloe in here as well. No, I didn't say Boost is a beginner plant, just to let you know. Good. I didn't say Boost. I said it's not a beginner plant. I can grow Anubius and Boost, but struggle with Java. Yeah, it depends on your water. I think Java Fern prefers like a medium pH, like a level pH of 7.0. Anything harder or less, it doesn't tend to like. But there's different types. There's ones that send like little forks out, or just the long leaves. As I was about to get onto, the big large leaves, they'll propagate and let new ones grow out of the leaf itself, and you can pluck them off and just plant them anywhere without damaging the original leaf. So that's a really cool thing to watch happen.
I've got Java Fern in my marine tank.
Oh yeah, in your brackish setup.
It's actually full marine now.
Is it full marine now?
Yeah.
And yeah, I think you did send me a picture, didn't you? And I was kind of confused. I didn't know if I knew that you were converting it slowly to brackish to marine for the pipefish.
Yeah, no, it's full marine now.
Oh, great stuff.
And it's actually surviving.
Is it surviving at a good rate, or is it just surviving?
It's slowly growing. It's not growing as fast as it would do in fresh. Let's put it that way.
Okay, so it just proves again it's an easy beginner plant. It's hardy.
It's doing exactly what you said, Adam. It's starting to develop all like the little roots.
Yeah.
For the new plants. So.
Yeah, that's the thing. Some Java ferns like to grow like that, and they'll send a new one out of the main original stem. Other ones will grow new plants off the leaves as well. Yep. So it depends what species of Java fern you've got. We've got 10 people in here now, 11 people. We're getting popular. Everyone's come to see you, Arnold.
I've got Windelog. That's the Java fern I've got. Windelog. That's like the forky kind of at the hand kind of one.
Yeah, I think I've got
That's what you've got, yeah.
Yeah, Windeloft as well. I mean, I had to bin a lot of it because it was just caked in BBA, but then I've got a fresh piece there that isn't too bad. By the way, I'm just looking at a very new addition to my tank that has been kind of shy, but it's right in the open on the wood right now. The Parawater Cinclus Heroldi. So if you're a more exotic fish keeper. That's one for you more exotic fish keepers. They're not a very easy to obtain fish. I believe in the UK, Pier Aquatics are the only ones to obtain them. There is subspecies that are being sold, like pit bull plecos and stuff like that. Subspecies of otters, but yeah, looks a bit like kale. Yeah, I agree, Johnny.
Mm. Yeah.
So I'll go on to the next one. Easy beginner stem plants. There's quite a lot, but Limnifolia sessiflora. Gord, or anyone who's moderating right now, drop the top 5 beginner plants video that I've done. I've done a video of like a mix of some of the ones that Arnold and myself have mentioned. But I'll say, yeah, Limnifolia sessiflora. It's one of them. I actually I went to Finest Aquatics and there was a gent there, I think was his name G? Was it G? I forgot now. He no longer works there, but he is an aquascaper, and he was saying that plant, it's very easy to grow, and it can take over a tank easily, or it can actually send out a hormone that can stop other plants growing in the aquarium, which
It's
is
crazy, isn't it?
so like a lot of people don't actually know this, but it releases a pheromone or hormone into the water column, and any other stem plants that you've got in there, if you're not keeping it tame and you start letting it, grow and grow, all your other stem plants around it will end up dying. Did I get any plants from a recent shop tour? I did. I'll show you all later after we go through our topics anyway, and show you some of the new additions. I did the shop tour at P Aquatics, obviously, and it has done very well. It's on 3,000 views. It is a big shop, though. It is a big, well-known shop in the UK.
I was going to say that they must have loads of staff, surely.
To maintain, I think they've got 600 tanks.
Oh,
I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But they've got a lot. They've got a lot of tanks. Nice to see my girlfriend's in here. She said hi, Arnold.
I'm here.
Everyone wants a face reveal, but maybe that'll be the 1,000 subscriber special. You get to see Mia.
Oh, you aren't that far off now.
But yeah, Limnifolia sessiflora, as I was saying, it's an easy beginner plant. And it's very good if you've just set up a tank. It absorbs it because it grows so quick. It absorbs the nitrates in the water column and helps cycle the tank quicker. But obviously, be aware of your other stem plants. It may kill them off. But I do not know if that is 100% true. But when I've kept it in tanks with other stem plants, they haven't seemed to do as well as that plant. So that might be the case. But that could also just be down to the fact that it absorbs so much nutrients that it may starve the other plants around it. But yeah, your turn, Arnold. Stem plants.
Hygrophilia polysperma.
Yes, that is a very good shout, actually.
Pain in the ass. That's what it is. It's a pain in the ass.
It's taking over your aquariums, is it?
Mm-hmm. When you were saying about beginner easy stem plants, I just looked over to my tank and just looked at it. Oh, yeah, you.
Oh, Melvin is in the building.
Melvin is in the building.
He is in the house. He's here. Nice to see you, Melvin. We're just talking about our beginner aquarium plants, but yeah, Hygrophilia polysperma is definitely one for sure. I think there's Hygrophilia simensis as well. I think is the other one.
Yeah. I don't like that. Don't
Quite
like
a lot of Hygrophilias, like hardy, easy beginner plants to just throw in. They're quite an easy stem plant. Camboas is an easy. I don't think I've heard of that.
Kumbumba. Is that
Cambombas.
yeah? Kumbumba is a nice one. That's what he means. That's what guppies love. They love that sort of stuff.
Oh, they like the guppy grass.
Yeah, stuff. Yeah, it's like really bushy.
Yeah, you just kind of throw it in a tank and let it do its thing. That's more so for breeding, I'd say though. Like if you're going for like kind of an aquascape setup, or you want your foreground, midground, background plants, So
I
we've
think
done
there's
our.
like I think there's like two different color variations as well. There's green, and I think there's like a dark red colored one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But I'll crack on to next one. Other background plants as well. I'd say Amazon sword. Very easy, big bushy. It's like one. It doesn't send out runners or anything. I mean, once it becomes a queen plant, it does. But at that point, it's going to be huge. So like, it's one of them that you probably need to buy a couple of if you want to fill out the back of your tank with it. But it's more of like a centerpiece. It'll grow out, but it can get really big. So that's one for me.
I'm gonna absolutely mess this name up. It's Alternaria cardinalis.
Is that is that a red plant or is it a?
It's like kind of purpley pink.
Yeah, I think I'm onto it.
That's yeah, that's nice.
I think I'm onto it. If I'm right in saying I don't think I've kept it before, but I have seen it. Another one's Valsanaria.
Yeah, I've got that. That's a pain in the ass and all.
It can absolutely it sends out runners under the substrate and it will take over your tank. So make sure to if you don't want it to cover over your tank, you just trim it like the grass. It will grow back. So don't be worried about chopping it down. And B, make sure if it is sending out runners that you are tackling that before it does take over and wipe out your other plants because it can also do that. And next up, I'll say Cryptocorn. Quite a lot of Cryptocorns are easy, the low light, low maintenance. If I were to say one, is Vendetti
Yeah,
and Balance as well. But
yeah,
would you say that's beginner?
yeah,
Balance, I'm using currently, and it's actually there. It's actually starting to turn into a Vallisneria type plant. Well, it has now. It's like growing over. That's the effect I wanted from it. Also, by the way, just before it gets any darker, the tank's about to go off. So I'm going to turn the light on. Right, keep that on. There you go. Well, everyone got to see a view of the design on my back, I hope, and definitely not my cheeks. Yeah, so Crypt Balance, it's a cool one. If you don't know, it's not that popular. I don't know why. It's beautiful. I think it's like more of a crinkly leaf kind of, volatile
yeah.
plant. So if you want that effect, I think it's definitely worth a go. Right, so we've done our aquarium plants. We've done our beginner fish as well. I'm gonna let you answer
You
some
know the
questions.
you know the cryptorians, the smaller ones like Lutia and Parva.
Parva as well, yeah. I just know
Oh,
that Parva is quite
beautiful.
it's beautiful, but it is prone to BBA. I found
Oh, really? Oh, mine is starting to take over in the Odessa Barb tank. Starting to carpet now.
it is like a really good plant and can take off. It depends on like the setup you've got. In my tank, it stayed small and like on the bottom, but then when I first started the hobby, I never used to fertilize the substrate or the tank. Even it was just in black sand, and it was just taking off. It was doing its thing. It was
Yeah.
growing quite big, but it was living off all the fish poop. But yeah, I think that's definitely one for sure.
Mm.
ITO, I'll put you on solo for a moment whilst I get the next banner up.
Come on then, chat. Let's hear your uh, top beginner plants. Let us know in the chat. Melvin's saying hi to everyone. The image aquascaping, was that definitely Kumbumba you were talking about? If it is, that's a very expensive plant. I think my local fish store got it up at $5.95. So, but
Right
it is nice.
here.
Oh,
So, our next topic is the best bottom dwelling fish. So, we'll get into that now. You say it or not, Adam? Here's
Anthony, come
Adam.
on.
Nice to see you in here. Water Wisteria, yeah.
Yeah.
$5.95.
It's expensive, that stuff is.
13 people in here now. Nice to see. Right, so our next one, as I've just put there, our next one is the best bottom dwelling fish. Let's get a little debate going. So this topic is a bit more of an interactive one with the chat. We can say our opinions, but I want to see everyone's opinion in the chat now. What do you think the best bottom dwelling fish is in the hobby? I honestly had to close chat and make sure I clicked the right stream. It's because I've been playing around trying to like mix it up and make it a bit more, I'll say like the title of whatever the topic is and like, put me on the solo stage and then obviously put Arnold on as well when he's answering questions. Any Corey, right? That's a first one for us. Any Corey, Gord is saying.
Yeah.
Anyone else got any more suggestions? I'll let everyone chat, or speak in the chat and drop your suggestions or corridors. I know Chloe loves corridors. Corey, Chloe is Harry's girlfriend, and she breeds Corey's like no man's business, like so easily as well. Like if you've checked the video, Gord, anyone, if you put the fish room tour that I done in Harry's, you'll see that they had a tank. They've aquascaped that tank now, but there was just a tank, bare bottom, with a load of just plants that were potted, ready to go in tanks, and the cories were breeding like crazy in there. Orange cories, panda cories, albino cories, and now I think he was saying the smudge spots look like they're ready to breed as well, which is cool. Right, I think loaches are great. I really love hill streams, coolies, dwarf chain loaches. Yo-yos are cool too. Yo-yos are great. I don't, but I think the issue is there's a lot of people get them thinking that they'll be uh, great for like eating snails, but then they grow quite large. So that is a pre-warning to anyone. But coolie loaches, yeah, I love coolie loaches. I've got 3 in my tank. I don't see them. But when I do see them, they are in the middle of the wood because there's 2 big pieces of wood and they all live in that Anubius there in that little gap. And I'll just watch them when the light starts dimming, they pop their head out and start looking around for food. But yeah, placos as well. I'll get it. I'll get into that. I'll have my opinions, and I'm sure Arnold will have his. But we'll speak about everyone else's. Right, yeah. So let's see. Yeah, Hillstream loaches as well. They were really good. They're like they're not exactly a bottom dweller. They're not exactly a top dweller. They're everywhere dweller. They dwell everywhere. They reside wherever they want to reside.
They
Um,
prefer cooler temperatures as well, don't they?
yes, but I will give them a little shout out for being a very good algae eater. So if you've got any algae problems, chuck one of them in because they are hungry and always eating for sure. Coolie loaches. My 3 pandas turned into 18. 4 oranges turned into about 20. Not a fan of plecos, but autos look cuter. Yeah, but again, would you say autos are a bottom dweller?
All round, aren't they?
That's what I mean. I think like plecos are bottom dweller. I think plecos are like I'd say they are. I mainly see my plecos on the bottom, but I'm sure that like
I was gonna say my bristle noses, they're always at the bottom.
yeah, so yeah, I think like because they're a type of catfish, and I think autos as well. I think like if you were to look at all these fish, if you were to put food in, they're going to eat off the bottom. They're not going to eat off the top. The mouths are facing down, so I guess they are bottom dwellers if you want to put them into that category. Then, I keep hill streams for my pandagara, goldfish. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Yeah, Pandagoras are great, but again, I think my Pandagora that's in my girlfriend's tank, he lives everywhere. Although he lives in no, he mainly lives in a coconut cave.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he took over the coconut cave that I put in there for the cichlids. I love him, but he's a pain in the backside, and I may have to rehome him because I really want these Nanakara to breed, and I think what's putting them off may be the Pleco and the Pandagora. I don't know if it is. Let me know in the chat if I'm wrong, but the Pleco won't leave this one specific cave. So that whole cave, that whole rock system on the left, is out of bounds because the Pleco owns that. And then the coconut cave that I put in there for the cichlids is owned by the Pandagora. So the right side, there's like a couple tiny caves, but there's not as many rocks. That's why I added more rocks to the setup in her tank. And I mean, the female lives in there, but the male keeps getting chased out of everywhere. So he just kind of swims around, hoping he'll find a home one day. But yeah, Dario.
Yeah, yeah.
What's Dario? Is that just?
You're not seeing them. They're beautiful.
You were able to get a picture up?
Let's have a look.
Oh yeah. They're more like a centerpiece fish, though.
They do tend to stay at the bottom though.
Yeah, they do. So I guess yeah, Dario. Isn't that just Scarlet Badders?
Yeah.
I didn't know that name then. I was a bit confused. I'd heard it before, but yeah, Scarlet Badders. But yeah, I think I'll go with my one anyway. I think my top 3 bottom dwellers will be Pleco. You could even say like dwarfs. I'll say like the catfish and like the loaches and all that. I'll say them as like the bottom dweller. Yeah, we're doing very well. Done 6 wolves. Okay. Just reading your comments. Yeah, so I'd say like plecos, loaches, and corridoras, like or catfish. They're the kind of like fish that we want to be classing it because you can say the Dario, Scarlet Badders, or you could say Pistogram and all that. But I'd say bottom dweller like cleaning fish. Put it as that cleaning fish, but they're not really a cleaning fish. They just it's the label that people gave them over the years. But I'd say I think Plecos, Cooley Loaches, Corys.
Yeah.
Any Corey. No. Plecos, I mean, I've got expensive taste.
I was going to say you have got expensive taste when it comes to plecos and corridors.
Yeah, gold laser Corys, broken zebra, cracked zebra. Sorry, mini snowball. Yeah, quite an expensive taste. Oh, a new edition is right on the glass right now. Actually, does everyone want to see? May as well.
Yeah. Right.
Right. What are your beginner or not beginner bottom dwellers? Female Scarlet Badders may be a breeding project down the road. Ooh.
Oh.
Right.
Nice. Yeah.
Right. Trying to just change the camera. If I can. Is that possible? More.
Yeah, Gorda's saying Lucy Pinus or Petricola catfish. Yep. That was what I was about to say. Gord, you beat me to it.
Yeah, I've heard of them. They're I've seen them actually. Yeah, they're a great looking catfish. If I can just settings, there you go, camera. Okay, we got there in the end. Right, here you go. There you go. Right, there you go. There's our new edition.
Oh, that's a little cutie.
It's tiny, but you know what? It's done a great job at eating all that algae that was on the wood.
Oh, yeah.
It's done a very good job, actually. I see it grazing on the wood quite often. I can tell it's eating good because there's some stringy poop, as plecos and ottos do. Look at that.
Look at it.
It's gorgeous, isn't it? Very tiny. I think it can get a little bit bigger, but they don't get much bigger than that.
At least it's doing its job anyway.
Yeah, for the size of it, it's eating good. Talking about bottom dwellers,
Oh, hello.
it's having a good munch.
I
How
tell
many
you what,
times?
they are really good. They are. I've got the giant African fan shrimp. I think they're kind of similar.
Yeah, they are similar. Although mine's
Um,
probably the size of an African shrimp. This is like the biggest bamboo shrimp I've ever seen. It's like a lobster. It's eating good there, as you can see. It's found some bits of particles that are floating around at the minute. It's eating off the bottom. But yeah, let's take another half hour to flip my camera around. No, that was a lot quicker. There you go. Right, yeah. So we've ticked off 3 topics now. I've got 10 tonight.
I tell you what, the turning up the substrate and keeping it really nice, clean horse face loach.
Horseface loach, yeah. I think they're definitely one that's good for that for sure. Right, that's better. Yeah, I agree with you. Harry's on his way home. Well, he'll be in soon. Shout out to Harry. How long have you liked fish, Adam? Um, I have liked fish or kept fish for 5 years. I made a post about it earlier on my community page. Basically, I've got like Gord or someone, if you could put the video my fish keeping evolution. I basically started with a little cube that from Pet to Home that was like maybe a 28 litre, 30 litre, had way too many fish in there. Upgraded to Fluval Flex 57. That fish was that tank lasted me for basically 4 years then, and then recently I've upgraded to the Scaper 90, which is an extra 33 litres on top of that Fluval Flex 57. And yeah, I've kept all types of community fish, all types of beginner fish, most of the uncommon at this point now. And at this point, I'm like, no, not not sticking my nose up at any of the beginner fish because I do love them and like they have the place in the hobby. But I've now got to that point because I've been in fish keeping for like quite a while now. I've upgraded everything that was in my tank to more rare, more things that you don't get to see, and it's good for the channel, but also good for me to watch because I'm not used to it. Like you won't walk into many places and be able to see the fish that are in my tank, so that's what I like about my like setup and like part of the hobby anyway.
There you go. Gord has put the
The
link in
link
the
there.
chat.
Thank you very much. Did you get my MF? Is that to you, Arnold?
I think that is to Gord. Gord got 4 black grams. So, and he got 2 of each. So, nice. So that's going to be a breeding project for Gord, I reckon.
Yeah, black rams are beautiful for sure, male and female. Ah, okay. Yeah. I think I'd missed out something on the chat further up. Yeah, black ghost knife fish are bottom dwellers. Yeah, they are indeed. Actually, I think elephant. If you want an oddball bottom dweller, I'd say. I said this in my last live. Elephant nose fish as well.
See, I wouldn't class them as bottom. I class them as just like an all over
Yeah, I mean
species.
to be fair, they'll eat everywhere, but I think they've got that downwards mouth for that, I guess. But I've seen them eat off the top as well. That's what I mean. It's one of them, a grey area, but we'll cross that one off now.
My black ghost fish is where he always is. He is behind the filter.
Ah,
Mm, yeah. He's cute. I'll give him that. I paid $12.95 for him.
oh,
12.
not a bad price at all.
He's about 3 inches, so yeah. He's in the tank, which is going to get aquascaped on Friday.
Oh, great!
Yeah.
I can't wait to see it.
No, I'm not even going to say it now. I was going to say I've got plenty of wood. I was going to say something like that when you were talking about yours over the other
Oh
side.
god.
You go really red in the face for some reason, Adam. Oh, you got to have a good laugh, haven't you?
I don't want to know about your wood, Arnold. Thanks.
I can't have enough because Man City had just scored. Oh,
Well,
never mind.
next topic anyway. CO2 or no CO2? Let's get a discussion going in the chat and with ourselves as well.
Hmm.
Do you think that, say you for a planted aquarium, do you think come on, for a planted aquarium, do you think it requires CO2?
Depends if you go high tech plants or not. Go on high tech, then yes. But all my planted tanks, I've never used CO2, and they're just like, well, plants just grown really well. Some of them are around 6 years old. Some of them are.
Yeah, I think you can get the same results of using CO2, but I think that it's not necessary. I think unless you're like a professional aquascaper. I mean, as well though, if you want it to look nice and you want like some plants under CO2 will look better, no doubt about that. But also in a mature tank, they can look the same. I think it's just patience is key when you've got a planted aquarium or an aquascape. Otherwise, I don't think it's like necessary. Mandy said, "Had you asked me 2 days ago, I was ready to throw my hands up and give up CO2. I realised I had a clogged check valve." Ah, okay. Fish are
Huh?
primary, plants are secondary. You know what? That is a good one. I completely forgot that you can highlight comments. By the way, I've just been reading them out instead. Yeah. You know what? Like I think I completely agree, Gord. Originally, when I first started, I didn't rate like I went to I think I was amazed about fish, and then after like a year or two I started going, oh, I just want the plants to look good and stuff like that. So then I started investing in CO2 and all that, and it just never really worked out. And I was doing these aquascapes where the setups just weren't great for the fish. They looked nice, don't get me wrong, but like if I were to have the setups that I had back then now, I'd be watching the fish and go, I need to change the layout, the setup, because the fish wouldn't have anywhere to hide, and you just see them kind of like stressed swimming around. So I think my point in the hobby now is that I like aquascaping and setting up beautiful tanks, but I also like setting up the tank where like my tank there. There's a lot of hiding spaces in the water and under the rocks and plants. Like it's all like shelter, but it's also like got that streamline, diagonal kind of aquascape look to it. So yeah, I completely agree with Gord there for sure. Nice to see a new face in here, Dan. I don't think you've ever been in the.
Daniel,
You've never been in. Oh, Harry's in here as well. Nice to
how you doing,
see.
Daniel? You Spurs supporter, you? God.
Oh, we'll
Yeah, so to me, CO2 is a no for me, at least, anyway. What about you, Daniel?
I don't think CO2 is necessary unless you are, it's. I don't even think it's necessary for the advanced fish keep. I think it's necessary for only people that are, you know, like proper. If your whole part of the hobby is aquascaping, then it makes complete sense. But there's so many issues or things that could go wrong with CO2. And like when I first dabbled into CO2, I learned that because I had fish gasping. Because the thing is, you're not allowed to have an air stone on whilst the CO2 is running. So, but you do need an air stone on overnight. So that's one thing I learned. But also, you need to make sure, even in the day, you need water flow at the top. Otherwise, there's no oxygenation at all in the water, and then the fish could, suffocate. So I think it's not a must. It's a preference. I think if you need it, you need it. If you're not going to use CO2, what kinds of setups do you all use? Well, I've got a lush setup, in my opinion. I think it's about what plants you want. I've got mini super red in the back. I've got Lymphaea. I've got red tiger lotus. I've got Valsinaria. I've got Cryptolance and Hygrophila rosevillia. I think it's called that. And it's all perfectly fine, and it's very dense and bushy. I think it's just you need a mature setup, you need aqua soil and root tabs, or if you don't have the aqua soil, you need consistent root tabs. You also need liquid ferts as well, I think.
Yeah.
If you want similar results to using CO2, so if you want the step under, which is where I'm at, that I'll dose liquid carbon in the morning because the plants absorb it mostly in the mornings, and it also helps get rid of keep algae under control. Wallstad method, I completely agree with Ben there. No filter, just pump it up. I like them setups. I've got a if you want to call the shrimp bowl, no filter, Wallstad, I guess, because there is aqua soil underneath and root tabs. Then you can call it that. Wallstad's another way about going about things. Where's a good place to learn about plants? Here, Adam Seven Fish Tanks. There's many other channels out there, but I'm plugging myself because we need that 1,000 subscriber mark. By the way, give me an update. Are we near now? Have we hit 900 yet? Are we near? Moments of truth. Absolutely shameless.
Right.
I think Aquarium Fanatics, is it? There's I have completely lost his name. There's a fella, Keith. Yeah, Keith, Aquarium Fanatics. He's done a Wallstad method. If you want to learn about Wallstad, check out his channel. He's done a really good video on that. We need 1K Arnold. Do you have any good recommendations on aqua soils and ones to use? I think I've used Fluval Stratum. It just didn't do well, in my opinion. Didn't it, my plants just didn't like it. I'll be honest with you, it rotted the soil quite a bit. Now I've seen a lot of people use it. It's done well. That's one of the ones. There's quite a lot of other brands that do it as well, but I think the one that I've used consistently, and it's been flawless, and every time I've used it, has been Tropica Aqua Soil. But it depends where in the world it's available. If you can't get Tropica, I'd say Fluval, but for me it didn't work. But it's what works for others as well. I think I've just had some freak instances where products that have worked amazing for other people just haven't worked for me. Good substrate layer, water changes. Yeah, exactly. I completely agree with you there, Dan, for sure. Completely agree with you.
We use the tanks which are fully planted at the moment, but this one has got substrate called Tetra Complete Substrate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't used that one before. Is that an aqua soil?
No, it's like a gravel, but it's all plant food, all rolled up into tiny little balls.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
So that's why this monstrosity of a Nubia has just gone crazy.
That's really cool to know.
Um, but some of them I've only just got sand in. That's it. So black diamond blasting sound. Hmm.
I think I've. Sorry, what was your recommendations again, Adam? Tropica aqua soil, fluval stratum. Um, there is some other cheaper brands, but I'm not too aware of the brands. But the one I used and have used, and it's been flawless every time, has been Tropica Aquasol. But I don't know if that's a UK. Um, like it's a lot easier to access in UK than it is in other regions. I think.
NutriBase.
Yeah, I agree with Johnny. Johnny works in a NutriBase. Yeah, I completely forgot about NutriBase. That's what MD uses, isn't it?
Yeah.
But NutriBase isn't like an aqua soil. It's something that you put underneath
Mm-hmm.
your substrate layer. So it's like Tropica do the same in a soil and a couple other brands. You can even use aquarium pond soil, um, as long as you filter it and make sure that there's a thick layer of substrate on top of it, that it doesn't get in the water column. Uh, but yeah, I think that a combination of root tabs, a good aqua soil or soil underneath, like a sand or gravel substrate, is like perfect because you can do aqua soil, but eventually it breaks down into the water column and becomes like really like murky and stuff like that over time if you keep it too long. As like the main thing, and it runs out of nutrients quicker when it isn't capped off as well. So that's my thoughts on that anyway. But I definitely, as Harry said there, I want to give NutriBase a go for sure. I think I messed up on the setup for this and could have done better, but at the time I was on a budget and also my tank leaked, and then I had to end up just
Right.
having a sand aqua soil mix,
Yeah.
which I wasn't happy about, but I made it work. I'm sure I'll rescape it when I move, but for now, not getting rescaped is quite. I'm quite content with it. Can you order some, Johnny? Oh, there you go. See
Because,
the
it's very hard to get hold of NutriBase.
you can buy it online, I think, but it's difficult to get in stores, I believe.
Yeah, MD keeps nicking on.
Yeah, he keeps selling them out of it. That's why, for sure.
Yeah.
It's just getting the fan off me, but it's noisy as hell. Right, tick that off. Next topic, I'll give you the stage. Sing a song.
You're, you're so kind, Adam. You're so kind.
You deserve the spotlight. You are a king at the end of the day.
Right.
Right.
Let's have a look, shall we? So Johnny's saying, yeah, that was our first use of soil in the shop. The price went crazy, especially compared to Tropica soil. To be honest, I've never used Tropica soil, so I don't know if it's good or bad. Like I say, I've only used Tetra Complete substrate, and we've got sand, and yeah, that's about it, really. Over to you, Adam.
Right, yo, I'm about to sing a song, everyone. Um, when you no,
Oh,
uh,
God.
right.
Oh, no, don't do that.
What fish keeping content do you watch? That is a question to everyone in the chat. What do you enjoy watching? And the right answer, everyone, is Adam Seven Fish Tanks, but and King's Aquariums and Antworld. That is the right answer. But you can also say MD Fish Tanks, Fish Shop Mart, Aquarium Co-op. You can say all the big guys as well. whatever you want to say, MJ Aquascape, and yeah, say who you watch anyway. Everyone tell us and let us know what kind of fish keeping content that you like to watch. Do you like Aquascape? You can say the person that you watch, and then you can say the type of videos that you watch. LRB. Who? Huh? Any idea, Arnold? Adam said fish, thanks, Kings. Right answer, Daniel. Thank you very much.
Yeah, good one, Dan.
Father fish.
Ben.
Yeah, Father fish is he's quite controversial, isn't he? I wouldn't say that I enjoy his videos, but like a lot. When someone says you watch Father Fish, there is a lot of people that either say they swear by what he says, and then there's other people that are completely against it. We're losing viewers. No. You lost me then. Right, literally only you and different instructional videos to learn everything again. Oh, I thank you a lot for that, crab boy. Father Fish. I love that. Adam Sunfish Tanks, MD Fish Shop Matt, and now Kings. There you go. Getting all the fans, Arnold. Prime Time Aquatics, yeah. Definitely a shout out to them as well. What I've watched them for sure.
Another good one is Jeff Pelham.
Creme Delirium. Yeah. For sure. Ah, yeah, okay. I'll have to give them a check out for sure. Here's where I know that I've definitely watched them. I think it's about a naturalist take on aquarium care versus being strict and control. Both of you have a place. Yeah, I think you know, my kind of content is like a mix of like KG Tropicals. Yeah. I've definitely watched them. They was someone that I was trying to think of in the back of my head. Yeah, my kind of content's like it's a mix of serious, but then you'll have me on a live, and then me and Arnold can't keep a straight face when we start talking about wood. So, I can be serious in like the video content creation kind of side, but then when it comes to having a laugh and a joke, I enjoy that side of things. With with the lives, but I don't mind having a little laugh and joke in my videos as well. I think at the moment I'm trying to figure out where I'm going and what style my content is. Whether it's got a style already, like when you watch a video of mine, you have an expectation of what it comes across. I don't know. I know that it's like that for your videos, Arnold. Like I know what I'm getting with yours. Like it's quite an instructional, informative kind of video. You go into detail with things and stuff like that. With myself, I like to tick all the boxes, but I don't go fully into depth with it. Like I'll make sure that when I set up a tank or when I talk about a fish, I'll give you the basics, but if you want to know more about the fish, then you also obviously need to do your own research as well. But if I were to do a species profile like I did with the Pandagora, I did go into depth with that. I guess like I've got a mix up of all types of information. So many comments flowing right now.
That's crazy.
With Arnold, Jeff, Andrew, too for sure. Thanks, God. Like seeing perspective filters, no filters, nanos, massive Ohio fish rescues go to. Yes, I've also seen their content too. That is a good one for sure. But what kind of content? So I know that people are saying here in here no filter. What kind of content do you watch? Do you like shop tours? Do you like tank setups? Do you like instructional? Do you like purely just aquascaping? Do you prefer no voiceover, just video, or do you prefer just like videos of fish? What is it that you like? Aquarium Adventures. How are we forgetting For sure. We can't. We cannot forget him.
No, Graham would not be very happy.
I know. I've already treaded on his toes. Nah. We consoled things. There was no issues there. I think everyone was a bit sad that you joined the dark side and wasn't tuning in. Yeah, how could you forget? Right, we'll wait for a couple comments, see if anyone's got any comments on what videos that they like yet. Tank setups, fish keeping vlogs, species profiles. Great mix of educational, goldfish tank setup. I think a goldfish tank needs to be quite a decent size, in my opinion. If not just one in a good.
100 litres is the minimum size for a goldfish.
How many liters?
100.
100 liters. Yeah,
Just for one. Just for one.
Just for one.
Yeah.
I think I'd have to agree. They're part of the carp family. They do get big. They poop a lot. I think they were just sold as a beginner fish because they were the easiest fish to get a hold of and breed early on in the hobby. Obviously, the hobby wouldn't be where it is without goldfish, but there's a lot more fish accessible now that you can get. But yeah, my goldfish tank is a 65 gallon with a sump. Damn, that is a very nice dedicated goldfish tank for sure. Goldfish make so much waste. I agree. That's what I mean. I'm more of like a tropical fish keeper, although I don't mind temperate as well, but I'm not a cold water weather loach guy, to be honest. The very funny fish, aren't they? That they always entertain me when I go in the fish shop and to see them things. It's like a giant coolie loach in it that's got ADHD.
Yep.
We've had a comment donated that was 12 inches plus, kept in a 25 litre. No idea it managed to get that size, but they realised it needed a new home. They must have bought it that size because goldfish, they have a hormone that they can only grow to the size of the tank they're in, but then the insides keep growing and that's why they die. I like fish room, fish shop tours, community tank, mate ideas, videos are great too. For informational keyword search purposes, Google, just saying.
Wow. We know what Mandy what Mandy prefers.
For sure.
Yeah. I'll write all that down now.
Someone said weather loaches now. When the weather is going, yeah, exactly. It's similar with coolie loaches. As soon as the water changes, if it gets cold, if it gets warmer, you will see them flying around everywhere, doing the funny dances. Yeah, trap call are my go-to for sure. Although I'm sure Arnold, you're a keeper of all types, aren't you?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Certainly am.
Right, so you've crossed that one off now. I have got one specifically targeted for you, Arnold.
Oh no!
So you get the spotlight again.
You can't see my grey hair, can you?
That's why I've got my cap on. I'm covering, man.
No, yeah. Go on then. What you got then?
You'll see now.
Oh god. Oh dear.
You don't know what you think. You think I'm gonna ask you about aquarium wood, don't you?
Nah. No, you probably yeah.
Right, yo. I think you'll like this one. I thought about this one. Right. Here you go.
Oh. How to breed betters for profit.
Sorry, 1 sec. Yeah, big fish lad. I completely forgot about Paul. Paul is lovely. I've spoke to Paul on many occasions. He's great. Love Paul.
Cred boys, no stage fright, Arnold. Right, so you're going to need at least an 85 litre tank.
Yeah.
You're going to need floating plants. This is how I did it: floating plants, water lettuce, sponge filter, floating breeder for your female to go in. for a couple of days. What else is there? Feeding every day, twice a day, especially high quality uh, frozen and live foods. Really good for the um, conditioning them. It's crazy. Can you keep it? No, definitely not. Yeah, they've got
Yeah, no, you can't,
no, no. They've got to be at least 24 degrees and to about 26. Um, so yeah, put your male in there first, then add your female into a floating breeder. You'll then see the male uh, show off to the female, and then he'll go and make a bubble nest. Just make sure the bubble nest is big enough. They are going to deposit a lot of eggs. The female will release her out. She'll then go and inspect the bubble nest. If she's not happy, she'll let the male know. We'll chase him a bit, probably bite his tail. And then you'll probably find the next day he's made a bigger bubble nest, and then you will then need to watch out the embrace. That's when they wrap themselves around each other. Why do you see them in little cups in pet shops and they have no heat? They're at room temperature. It's normally at room temperature. So they probably get like a water change like nearly every other day. But yeah, there's probably in room temperature. So if you see in some of my shorts, you'll see mine are in small little containers. But mine actually do have a heater in there. So anyway, so yeah, we'll get them to breed. You'll get the embrace, and you'll then see the eggs fall out of the female. The male will then go down, collect all the eggs, put them in the bubble nest. The female will then go down to make sure that he's collected them all. If there is any more, she'll bring them up. And then you need to take the female out.
Yep.
And let the male attend to the bubble nest and the eggs. And if you had any luck like me, the dad looked after the babies until they were at least a month old.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but if you get a dad who's got a bit of a screw loose, then he will eat them.
Yeah, beta fish for sure have all got individual personalities. So you've got to keep your eyes on them and make sure that. I think a lot of people like to pull the eggs like straight away. But you said that you prefer leaving them in there with the parents and hoping that they'll get looked after better. No pun intended.
But yeah, the only thing I would say is once they hatch and they get to about 2-3 months old, you then have to put them. You have to separate,
Yeah,
and that means it'd be hundreds of containers.
yeah, you're gonna be
Yeah.
there for a while.
If you're lucky like me, I've still got some which are what are they? They're about 5-6 months old now, and there's about 8 still together, and they don't argue or nothing.
Oh wow! How long
So
have they been together for now?
they're now 5 months old now.
Ah, okay. So they're getting close to that age though, where you'll be watching out for signs of
Oh,
destiny.
I watch them all day. So there's a little bit of tail nipping and a bit of chase, but the tank's big enough for them to just get away from each other.
Yeah, that's good. So like, I'll give you a center stage again, but like, would you say like have you like profited yet from like breeding better fish at all?
Uh, I've sold three of them so far,
Okay.
and they're all friends on YouTube.
Yeah.
And because they're koi cost per cat betters, I've basically put them up for £15 each.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good pricing to be fair for koi plaquettes.
Yeah,
Were they males that you sold or females or?
well, they're so young still to tell, but there's a good friend of mine called Deb, and she's put a short up of her little one,
Yeah.
and she sent me an email saying, "Oh dear, I think there's something wrong with my betta fish. There's a white lump sticking out of its belly." So she sent me a video, and I just looked and thought, "You've got one very healthy female who's full of eggs."
Ah.
That's all it was. She like really swollen, and you could see an egg. So yeah, so
Okay. Interesting.
but it all depends because you could sell cat betters, especially koi ones, for about 40 odd quid.
Yeah. So you've done a good deal for your friends there.
But I'm not gonna sell them at that price. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah. I think like breeding for profit is one of them that you've got to find the right fish that will sell, and you've got to make sure that you're not outpricing people just because they've been tank bred. Um, like it's like I see these people, going out and they'll go to the likes of Pier or they'll go to the likes of Abyss and get themselves a bunch of zebras and zebra pleco. If you're thinking you're going to get for profit, you'll be spending a lot more money on that fish over the years to make sure it's ready. And then even then the return, because they don't have so many eggs or like clutches, it's
Mm,
one of them that realistically, if you want a breeding project, it's great. But if you wanting to profit, I just don't think it's sustainable really. And that's why they're probably so expensive because they're so difficult to obtain now that they're obviously banned from being wild caught. So that's why people tend to go for like bristlenose catfish. They like to go for guppies. They like to go for cories and stuff like that because, like, cories will breed frequently. Guppies, they're non-stop. You can't stop them from breeding. And then, like, you've got your dwarf cichlids as well, like crebensis. They're so easy to breed. Even the Cacatoides epistogramma, although there's many subspecies of these dwarf cichlids that could be harder, I think it's one of them. I sell fancy guppies to 3 of my local shops. I rotate between strains so no one has the same one. 2 shops give me cash, 1 give me credit. A lot of the stores where I live, unless it's like a rare species of fish, won't give you cash at all. They always offer store credit because I don't know why. I think they want to give you something, but they also don't. For example, say you've gotten like they don't know where you've got your fish from. You could have bought from like a really bad supplier. You haven't got a good strain of fish. You've been breeding them at home, and you're like, oh, but they've been like well fed and they're well looked after. Like unless you're like a fish keeper that's been in it for a long time and you know the quality of your fish, they can't take it from word of mouth even then. So it's one of them that if you were to sell them a batch of say like 100 neon tetra, because they're such like an easy fish to get like health issues and stuff like that, they could lose 3/4 of them in like maybe a week or two. So it's one of them that unless you're breeding like something exotic or something that's like not easy to obtain, they won't really give you the money for it, and that's where like breeding's a difficult thing to do as a hobbyist for profit. I think
yeah,
anyway.
I was going to say my local fish shop, they do take in some of my fish. Like they're going to have some of my betters. And basically, what they'll do is they'll give me either store credit or they'll order some of that TMC frozen food for me,
Yeah,
and we'll do it that way. Which
yeah. I
that's
don't think there's
fun with me.
anything. I don't think there's anything wrong with a trade or store credit, like if you've
No.
got a good relationship with your LFS. But if it's like a place that you don't visit frequently and like they're just like saying, "Oh, take that," then you're like, "Oh, it doesn't seem like a fair trade." And I guess that's where like I guess the likes of fish auctions or fish clubs like come in hand, because then you will find the right people that'll buy your fish off you.
Mm.
But when it comes to obviously, trying to flip money, I guess like the only way of doing that, I suppose, that, and like the one thing that I'll say is probably the easiest is shrimp.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think shrimp are very easy to breed. A lot of places will take them, and nowhere can get nowhere can get enough shrimp. Like they will always take shrimp off you, and I think you've got a better chance with shrimp as long as like they're a good strain and a good quality of getting cash in places. Just for the fact that like they're so high in demand and they've become more and more popular as it's rising in popularity. I'd say with shrimp anyway, for sure.
I
Um,
used to breed Malawis, yellow labs. I used to breed them. But around here now, no one keeps them anymore.
which
Yellow labs,
oh
electric
the
yellow labs.
yeah.
Yeah, I used to breed them, and at one time they used to fly at the door, but now no one wants them.
It's one of them. I think fish keeping, like many things, is it all depends on the trend, doesn't it? I think you know years ago, and I think they're slowly going out of fashion now. Celestial pale danio is a beautiful fish,
Mm.
but they gained so much popularity to the point where they were now becoming available in pets at home, and that's where you find the genetics of that fish are becoming poor, and it happened to guppies, it'll happen to other fish, but like you've got to breed on what's in demand, and some fish can come back, so other fish can't. I think a couple of years ago, people were saying Adolphi cories were very easy to obtain. Now they're very expensive and are sought after fish, similar to gold lasers, where their prices were extortionate and now they're becoming a lot cheaper. But again, that kind of fish is very easy to breed, so I don't understand why. Um, yeah, yep, Malawi trend has died for us since 2021. So, yeah, Johnny runs, if you don't know, a fish shop, and he probably sees all the trends coming in and out. Um, I think you need to find, if you're going to breed, you need to find something that will always stay in fashion, will always be available. And I guess that's why there's so many angelfish breeders, because angelfish will always have a staple mark in the hobby where people will always want them.
Just to let you know that we have Gil from Gil's Fish Room. He's in chat.
Oh, nice to see Gil or Jill. Jill.
Gil,
Gil. Nice to see Gil in here.
yeah, from Australia.
Oh wow. Good day, mate. Also,
Yeah,
Bob Bravo. Nice to see you in here.
yep.
Wonder
Hi
what the
Bob.
trend. Yeah, let's get that topic going. What is the trendiest fish at the moment? What is the most popular fish that everyone is sorting after right now?
I'm going to say discus.
I think they've gone out. I think they were a couple of years ago. They were the most like popular thing. Shrimp and fancy guppies are currently popular. But yeah, axolotls. I mean, axolotls, they're not really a fish, they're an amphibian, aren't they? But because of the likes of Minecraft, them things have gone to the moon. Everyone wants an axolotl, don't they?
Mm.
Gill, nanofish. Yeah, I think nanofish in general, that's what I'm keeping. So, but I think that it won't die down now. That I think like years ago, everyone wanted the biggest, baddest, meanest looking fish, didn't they? Like a long time ago, they wanted them Jack Dempsey's. They wanted them. Uh, Oscars. Although these fish are still, beautiful fish that are still sought after and kept, nowhere near what they used to be. And now like that's how I've come about, like, these smaller nano fish like that, and the chili rasboras and neon tetras, which have always been about, but like they're now like kind of a thing. But yeah, I think what would you say is the most popular fish? I miss those early 2000s with the red belly piranha tanks.
I've had red belly piranhas.
How were they?
Boring.
Very skittish, aren't they?
Yep. They always hid. You never saw them. So yeah.
Better
But
fish, better
yeah.
forever.
Yeah, here, my local fish store is discus and betters.
Yeah,
Yep.
better fish are always popular because, and I think now that this nano craze is happening, like if someone wants an easy tank to set up, they'll throw a bowl, although they shouldn't. You throw a bowl in the shop and put a better in, or they'll get a small little tank of 5 gallon and throw a better in. That's what I recommend, 5 gallon minimum. I know it's like a rabbit hole and like it's gotten a bit malicious at some points with people arguing what a beta fish should go in. Um, I think that there is such thing as them being in too big of a tank.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think too big is for a betta?
I think anything from 60 litres up.
Really?
Yeah. Well, it all depends on um, the finnage. If they're like big finned, like double half moon, or just normal standard half moons, spade tails, they would probably be best in like a 30-litre tank.
Yeah.
If it's a short fin like a cat, then yeah, you can go as big as you want because they will
Oh,
enjoy them.
yeah, I agree, Arnold. Anything with like long fins will struggle in a bigger tank because they need to get up. They need and like they'll sit on leaves, and if you haven't got that, then the likelihood is that the fish won't be doing too great. Our neons still matter. I
Did you
think
see that new local Austin is in chat?
I did not. Where is that? I seen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. There he is. I hope the most popular is purple guppies. I will find out at Aquashell. That's cool that you go on Aquashell. I'd like to go there one day. Maybe when I'm big enough, I might even have my own stand. But you can dream, can't you? You can dream.
Green.
Maybe Higer, if they get a stand there and we get big enough, they'll take us there, Arnold.
Yeah.
Um, I'd say they can go in a massive tank, but it's the filter that will tire them out. Yeah, I think they prefer something with low flow, not fast flow. Even a short fin beta gets tired after a while on fast flow.
Yeah. I've just got mine in sponge filters.
That's why
So
that's why I prefer placats. I like fish that are like mini torpedoes.
yeah.
Rightio. So we've got our better question out the way. I'm glad that you enjoyed a good little convo on that, Arnold. I'm sure people appreciate your words on like how the better breeding process goes, and obviously if it's like a good thing to go for or not. But yeah, I'll go on to this one now. Rightio.
Right, people. Right. Let's just try and find that video. There you go. That in chat. Yeah.
Right.
Just gonna put the link to that video. That better.
No problem. There you go. Make sure to check that out, everyone. Rightio. So next topic is what should I do for 1,000 subscribers? Get your comments coming in. What do you think I should do? There's quite a lot of things on the cards. Quick one, Arnold.
Wonder of You. That's good. That's a good song. It used to be Arsenal. It used to be Arsenal's stadium song.
Yeah, I think I recall that actually. I think mine is Falling in Love with You, I guess.
Oh,
Right, let's see.
Is that what you think to me?
No, she doesn't want me singing to her.
Go on, Mia. If you're
Get a
still in the
Mexican,
town, come on.
get a Mexican dwarf crayfish. I that would be a fun one for sure. Be yourself, do your journey, keep it real. Yeah, I think that's a cool bit of advice there. You should do an international giveaway. If I want to sponsor that for sure, or Cloverleaf jokes.
Oh,
I might do a giveaway of merch.
Oh no, Cred boy, what have you said? No, 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 no. Why would you say such a thing?
We should
What?
definitely celebrate. What does that look like on a live stream for you? I think someone suggested a tattoo. So I might get a fish tattoo.
Oh God, don't come on, look.
But yeah, I've also written that down. I'm gonna create when I get 1,000, I will start a Discord. So push me up there if you want to start speaking to other fish keepers. We'll have a Discord chat on the go for sure. Yeah, I agree. Big wood giveaway. I've got some large pieces of wood in that box up there.
Oh my God. Oh man.
In my opinion, Lister Drive needs a massive overhaul, mate. Sorry to say, I've been there as a kid, but I think they need a big overhaul. My bad. I'll stop. Oh. I have my YouTube logo tattooed on my arm.
Fair enough.
You know what? That's cool. I don't think I get my logo because I might change it in the future. You never know. But I think I'd get a fish. So I might, when I get near 1,000, I'll do a poll of what fish it should be.
You know what?
If everyone starts trolling me and says like banjo catfish or something like that, or like
Nothing wrong about banjo catfish.
they hide. Don't chase subscribers. Just have fun making videos. I'm not chasing, Gil. I just know that like it's inevitable. I've been pushing on a train that's been going for like quite a while now, and the way the channel's growing, it's a matter of time of when it's going to happen. So for sure, I'm not chasing anything. Make videos people want to watch. Well, I think I'm doing that because they are being watched for sure. I'm nearly 10 years in, part of my life journey. So yeah, you know what? That's really cool, Dan, for sure. For sure. Righty ho.
You should do a giveaway.
A giveaway.
Yeah.
Could do for sure. I'll have to think of what I can do a giveaway of, but you know what? I've got some filters laying around, so if anyone wants a filter, can have a filter. Anyway, quiz is more interactive. Yeah, I'll definitely want to do some more quizzes. I might do some more quizzes or live Q. I mean, every live is like a Q&A in it, really. So I guess that's one of them. But I think I might give away your Pandagora. Yeah, Mia won't like that. She loves that Pandagora too much, and he's being a demon. I can't. I don't. I love the fish, but he's a demon. He won't let my Nanakara breed, and I had him in this tank, and he was chasing my pistogram. I think he's just got a personal vendetta against dwarf cichlids after I kept him with some Nanochromis transvestitis, and he just decided to well, he was getting bullied by them. So every other dwarf cichlid he's been with now, he's like, nope, I'm the bully now.
There you go. Daniel's got a good one.
Give away 10 of Arnold's betters. He's good for it. Sure, if Arnold wants to give away his betters. I don't think he wants to give them away, but we'll get a live auction going for them.
I am planning to breed another koi, so fingers crossed that'll all work out.
No problem. Righty ho. So we have done that. By the way, just a double, not double take, but to back up that anyway. That isn't my ego or like anything like that. Saying I'm gonna get 1,000 by tomorrow, and I know it's gonna happen. It's just because of how the channel's been growing. It's not like I'm saying that I'm expecting it tomorrow kind of thing. But like, it's just a genuine question if people what I should do, because I'm curious, because it could happen whenever. It could happen next week, tomorrow, whenever. It's
going to happen within a month. It's going to happen within a month.
I mean, I'd done that video like a day or two ago. I was on 862 for maybe a week or so, and then I'm now. I don't know what I'm on at the minute, but I'm like near 900 or 900. I don't know what it is at the moment.
889.
889. Okie dokes. So what have we gone up by?
So you aren't that far away, really.
Yeah, I'm very close. Yeah, this is what I mean. So like, it is a genuine question of the fact that I'm not chasing subscribers. I'm just constantly pumping content out, and then the growth has been this. So I'm just genuine question to everyone. So if you took that the wrong way, I'm sorry, but that isn't what I'm trying to get across. It's just a genuine question. What should I do? Like, because I'm asking you guys as the audience what you think I should do. But we'll get on to the next topic anyway. Right.
Awesome, Daniel. Daniel's just saying that he's subscribed to you as well.
Oh, thank you very much, Daniel. Appreciate you have subscribed to me. Much love. Well, I'm not going to type this one out. I'm just going to ask as a general question, because these other ones weren't like great topics. I just kind of threw them in there. But what lives do you prefer me doing? Do you prefer me sitting here having a one-on-one with another YouTuber, or do you prefer me to have my very random time, unscheduled, planned vertical live talking about wood? I'm just trying to break Arnold at this point. But no, genuine question. What format do you prefer? Do you prefer vertical? Do you prefer landscape? Let me know.
It's good that you do like your vertical ones, and then you do these ones. It's always nice to do different ones. Yeah,
That's what I mean. I like to do. I think I said this, and I was trying to tell Jack this, because I think he was just thinking that whatever I was doing was kind of. I don't know if he was thinking that, but it come across that he thought doing the verticals are pointless because they don't get proper subscribers in. But the analytics and the amount of people that have stayed through my vertical lives say otherwise. I think it's what works for each person, because like I like doing a landscape, because you'll have a consistent amount of views of people that are there for the live, for me, for you, they're here for yourself and me. And then like it's a lot more of a fish keeping appeal and kind of live where it does that kind of job. But then when I do a vertical, I'm getting shown to many new people, so it's going to be, that's what I mean. Crabboy said that's how I find you in a vertical. Like I'll get shown to many more people. I'll a lot more new faces will see me, good, bad, friendly. Like as long as that's kind of what YouTube is. You'll get shown to everyone, but with these landscape ones, it's a lot more appealing to the fish keeper, to the person that enjoys my videos and your videos because they're already here. So
Mhm.
not many people are gonna find this live, and it's not gonna get as much traction as a vertical would, but it's a lot better quality for people to watch. So that's why I like a mix of doing both, I guess.
Just keep doing the mixing up, like you're doing now. But if like for these ones, always if you're gonna do one like next week, you want to like say tomorrow you want to schedule it.
So like what, not have it upload straight away, like schedule and upload for it?
No, you want to schedule it so it's like a week in advance,
Yeah, to have a bit more build up.
and then people will then log it down on their calendar or on their phone. That's how we do it. The AAA meeting. We always do it a week in advance,
Yeah, yeah,
and we find that it gets a lot, like nearly 30 odd people.
yeah, for
So it's,
sure.
it's worth doing. But
Yeah,
like you say, you're new to all this, so you got to try and just work out what's best for you at the end of the day.
exactly. Everyone's got their own take on things and what works for them and what doesn't. I was having a discussion with some friends earlier about like uh what kind of content that I should be doing for shorts, and I think that with like shorts, I've been uploading daily, and just uploading clips of like fish tanks or the setups I've done, or like the fish shop tours, or like just random clips here and there, and people seem to enjoy them, um, because it's just random, and like if they enjoy fish, they'll like it and they'll subscribe. Or if they're already subscribed and they just want to see my fish without me doing a whole individual video by itself, they can watch it that way as well. And like it gets shown to a lot more people. But then the convo that I was having was like saying that basically it's one of them that people also like doing these top five things where it'll be like me talking down to the camera saying like top five fish, and they'll like show a picture like, I don't know, a tetra or honey gourami, and they'd be like, oh, whatever, like just some random like collected video kind of thing. But they're the kind of videos that obviously do well in the algorithm, and like do get a lot more traction, but they take a lot more time. So like I like to put the time into my videos, and it shows because the videos view wise are doing amazing, and subscribers and feedback off people that are watching them. But as for the shorts, they are still bringing people in, but I'm being a lot more consistent and still getting them out daily. So it's definitely one of them for sure. Uh, but yeah, that's my take on things.
Hey, last one passed.
Oh wow. Wow. I have, you know what? For once, I haven't got any snacks on the side. I'm kind of sad. I wish I had some snacks.
I'm not going to eat any more of them. Feel my teeth starting to.
Pizza for dinner, truffle shuffle.
Oh, nice.
Anyway, I love a good pizza, me. Pepperoni. It's got. I used to like eat pizza very consistently as a kid, and I've gone off it as an adult. I don't know. I just got bored of it, but I guess it's got to be a good pizza because I used to love Papa John's. They've gone bad now. Used to love Domino's. I ate it every day whilst I was in uni because a friend of mine used to live above the Domino's, so we used to have two for Tuesday every week, and yeah, that gets dangerous. So yeah, laid off me pizzas now anyway. So yeah, we've got 14 people in here still. We've ticked off that. We've ticked off that, and finally, our last one is a little Q&A.
I was going to say, have they got any questions for us?
Yeah, let's get some questions in, people. Get your questions in too. the chat. Get them in. Playing around with the layout.
How old are you?
I'm 45, mate. I'm sorry. That it's
You had a hard paper round.
yeah. Well, see, I've been using this like moisturizer. It keeps me looking young and fresh.
How old actually are you anyway?
I'm 24.
Oh god, really? You're that young? God.
I'm a youngin, yeah.
Mm.
And I'm not the youngest fish keeper there is, Jack.
There is Jack. Yeah, I'm going to be 33 this year.
Oh, you're still a young,
Well, I don't feel like.
still a youngin. I'm sure your knees in better nick than mine.
No, definitely not. I had a bike accident, so no, I suffered with arthritis badly.
Ah.
Yeah, so that's my excuse.
Oh, there's our right. What's the best water treatment? Oh, that's a great question. I swear by this. My son is 3 years older than Adam. Wow.
Never, never used that before.
This is amazing. I swear by this. Basically, it's like a so when you read into the instruction, the manual that comes with this, it reduces ammonium nitrate. So like it neutralizes the water perfect for you. It's great for like plant growth as well. It has like additives in it that's great for the plant growth. So if you weren't doing, like liquid ferts, it does the job there as well. It removes any like like most treatments. It does remove toxic like toxic things within the water parameter as well. But this is like so good, and like when you've got an ammonia spike, drop a bit of this in. Obviously you've got to do a water change as well, but like drop this in if you can't do a water change as a temporary solution. And yeah, I absolutely swear by this stuff. And since I've used this, the amount of fish losses I've had is completely reduced, because I used to use um the Tetra brand or the
Yeah, no. Oh,
yeah,
no.
and it wasn't good at all. But this, I absolutely swear by it. It does the job perfectly for me. Oh, look at him pooping. You can tell it's been doing a great job on the algae, because all
Look
it's
at his
doing is
belly.
pooping. Big
Look at his
belly.
belly. Big belly.
Yeah, for sure.
I swear by Prime, Seachem Prime.
Seachem Prime. A lot of people do, although don't smell it because it stinks.
It's. I'd rather smell the liquid rather than the Seachem safe. Oh,
My goldfish is rubbing itself on the glass. That could be down to ammonia, because you've got quite a few goldfish in a small tank, mate.
What size filter you got on that anyway, Craig?
I think he's got a 40 litre. I don't know. He can tell us in the chat.
Oh.
Yeah, me. That bulldog pleco is a lazy fish.
I think Mandy had a question. Um, what's the best substrates for planted tanks with community nano fish?
Uh, Best substrate. I'd say sand.
Oh
Probably
yeah,
sand.
yeah,
It's very,
same.
it's very easy to plant into. There's so many types of it as well. I'm using pool filter sand from B&Q in the UK, and that's like Home Depot or whatever it is in America. Um, it's very easy. It's cheap, and the Corey, like it's so soft, and it's perfect for the Corys because they love sifting in it all the time. Look at all that pleco poop, by the way. Nice clean substrate and then pleco poop. But yeah, I use sand personally. I put ammonia stuff in.
Yeah.
Any
So,
more?
Cred Boy having a hard time deciding what type of filter to get for his tank.
What size tank have you got, and what fish are going in there? That is the main question before anything.
You need to know the stock and before you can choose your filter.
Also, MS isn't in here, but he'll probably be watching this. This is the new plan to go. I got myself Pogo Stem and Halferi scattered around at the minute. Although some of it's been getting dug up over here because the pleco likes coming out in this area specifically. But it's a lovely looking plant. That one's doing okay. The rest, I don't know. We'll see in a week or two.
Never get that to grow. I could never get that to grow.
Yeah, it is quite a difficult one. He's Patty's Aquatics. Nice to see you in here.
You say Patty, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Hi mate, how you getting on?
60-litre Galaxy Raspberry, a couple rams. Oh yeah, because I remember you asking like what centerpiece fish or what like spoonfish you should go for, because you've been asking in previous lives. Yeah, in my opinion, I think a sponge filter isn't good enough for a tank like that. You can go for like a hang on the back canister maybe, or you can go for like a small canister. I like canister filters because I like to over filtrate my tanks. That's what I'm running on a 90-litre. If you want to know, that's like a 23.5-litre. So it's got a UV filter on it. It's not the best of brands, All Pond Solutions, but it's doing the job at the minute. If it decides to leak like Arnold said they do, then that is going out the window. But yeah, for now it's doing a good job. As you can see, it's pumping out good. By the way, frog bit on the top, all the red reef floaters weren't doing too great, so I scooped them out, bin them. There was a tiny bit of frog bit in here that has absolutely taken off, and this is almost as bad as duckweed. It's growing and taken over by the daily. Did not know that you can get pool filter sand from B&Q. I use Tropica clay-based substrate granite chips. Oh wow, yeah, that's a cool that would be cool to see on the bottom of a tank for sure. But yeah, B&Q pool filter sand. This is what I'm using, and it's doing great. The Corys are riding the glass, meaning that one thing that they're definitely going to lay eggs and get the eggs eaten tomorrow. Someone said, "Did I hear eggs?"
Bob Bravo, do you guys have any fish that are rare?
Oh, I do indeed.
It's right up your alley, isn't it?
Yeah, right up my alley. Do you want to know what's rare? Well, some people say they're not rare. The kind of rare here or uncommon. The blueberry tetra, as you can see, gorgeous little fish. These are amazing, by the way. I'm definitely going to do a video on just these because they're so like active and like within a day. The day I put them in, they were feeding and they were non-stop. Gold laser cories. I don't know if you class them as rare, but they are expensive. Raccoon Tetra, they're definitely rare. Not many people have these at all. Johnny and Harry want them. You're not getting them. I'm keeping them. I've also got that Paro Otter Sinkless that was just on the glass. I don't know where it's gone. Decided to go on Aldi. A
So
bit from a Hangsloy.
hard at work.
It's hard at work, yeah. It's probably pooing somewhere. Oh yeah, by the way, that Crip Flamingo recently has started to take off and I'm loving it. I also have a Pistorama Hangsloy, which isn't rare, but I'd say uncommon. Would you say uncommon?
I don't know. When I worked in an aquarium shop, they were quite rare for us to get in. So you could say.
I'd say they're quite accessible and they're affordable as well. Like they're like £12 each for like a dwarf circle. That ain't bad either. I don't know what he's doing. He's just kind of.
You've got camera again. Leave me alone.
He's like, it's supposed to be nighttime. Why are you putting the camera in my face?
Yeah.
We.
Another thing for Fred Boy, obviously canister filter wise, I know Adam's got the All Pond Solutions, which
yeah, they do a small.
Yeah, they're an okay filter, but if you want to go up a notch, go for better choice.
Yeah, better choice. Fluval as well.
Go better
Fluval.
choice, and then like the higher end ones after. If you don't like any of them ones, uh,
So
Daniel's
what
asking us what's your bucket list fish.
well, I've said this already a couple of times here. I 100% want to keep Crebensis again. And after going in Pier, I almost cried when leaving because I seen some um rare wild caught Crebensis
Mm.
and I really wanted them, but I've got my buddy here and he's going nowhere unfortunately. So yeah, when I set up another tank, Mia, if you love me, we'll set up another and put some cribs in there for sure. But they're definitely a bucket list. Maybe as well, Zebra Cara, maybe checkerboards. But again, I probably have to set up a tank just for them because their parameters and pH has to be so low for them to breed. It's difficult to keep them. Just checking. Oh, look who's out!
Ooh.
Mini snowball plaque. These only get 2.5 inches. Gorgeous. Unfortunately, with my setup, a canister won't be possible, but you give me a lot to think about. I'd say a hang on the back filter then. Because personally, I prefer external filters just for the fact that I, d- I think, it. I prefer the water being external. I don't know why. And I think it gives a lot more swim room, makes the tank look better. If you've just got like one tube going in and sorting out, like you can cover it with plants. Like you've got that at the top, so like it isn't, in plain sight for you to be like, oh, that's taken away from the scape. Like I can just do this, I can frame it like that, and you won't know that it's up there. But then I've also got, there's the intake, and you can barely see it. And when them plants grow even more, you won't be able to see it. Like there is an intake whole tube there beyond the plants. Like it's perfectly covered. By the way, look how much it's growing in. This violet's growing across now. The balance is growing across. Obviously, I'm still fighting that BBA on the Inubius, but it is dying back, which is good. And obviously, with that new Parrot Otter Sinkless, it's nailing everything that's on that wood. So yeah, it's fully matured almost now. I'd say it's looking beautiful. But any more questions, anyone?
For take Fred boys, I could do a really nice hang on the back canister filter. I could do one. If you want to
Yeah.
check out their filters,
Yeah,
definitely.
check out Hager's hang on the back. You sent me that one, and I liked the looks of it. I just
Yeah.
ended up opting for something else. If I have a heater, I have a heater. If my goldfish die, I'm thinking of putting the heater. See, with your setup, I'd probably say I'd rehome the goldfish. I'd have the white clouds there, and I'd opt for a lot of the colder water fish. But if you want to go for warmer water fish, then probably your easier school fish, maybe a better fish or something like that, like a simple setup. Again, I don't know what tank size yours is, but if it is the tank I'm thinking, it's a 40 litre. So, any shouts, Arnold?
To be honest, I would stick to white clouds just for the moment, for the time being. If you want to ease your way into um, the tropical side of things, just go for some temperate fish, and then work your way up slowly. But if it's a 40 litre, you probably get away with the white clouds and probably a better fish in there because white clouds can go up to about 24, 25, and that corresponds with the betters temperatures as well.
You can give them back to the shop. I'd say that most shops usually take fish back or will
Oh
take
yeah,
fish.
yeah, definitely.
He thinks he's getting fed. Right, we've been going for 2 hours now. Quite a good live, I'd say. But
Yeah, it's been really enjoyable.
I've really enjoyed having a good chat with you, Arnold. It's been long overdue. We've had a big gap in between our last live to now, and we've had some good topics as well. I tried to make a good list of topics to talk about. Obviously, the live was a little late, but it was only late by like a couple minutes anyway. We got it all sorted in the end. You can see my shrimp bowl on the shelf there as well. But yeah, what is this camera, by the way? Oh, there you go. Yeah. But anyways, I'm probably gonna end it there. I've got work tomorrow. Uh, don't end. I've just got here. Well, sorry, Sam, you come too late. But much love to everyone for watching. Make sure to subscribe to Arnold. There you go. There.
And subscribe to Adam.
Subscribe to Arnold's channel. Check him out. Oh, Tommy's just got here as well. Everyone's showing up whilst we're ending. But we've had a great live, great little chat. Arnold covered some nice topics today. Spoke to many of people. Much love to everyone being in here. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure to subscribe to my channel and Arnold's as well. Trying to get 1,000 by the end of the month if possible. And nice seeing you all. We'll be back again soon, maybe probably with a vertical when I get bored. I'll probably do some weird live again. I usually do. But
And
yeah, take it easy, everyone, anyway.
Moderating. I'll get back to my little post.
Much love anyway. Thanks for joining me, Arnold, and take it easy.
Right, no worries. Take it easy.
Bye bye.
Bye.